So we are contemplating the Ashtavakra Gita, and yesterday we covered the first 4 verses of the first chapter. The chapter is called Instruction on Self-Realization. It starts with Janaka, who is the seeker, who's asking and saying, Master, how is knowledge to be achieved, detachment acquired, and liberation attained? Ashtavakra said, to be free, shun the experiences of the senses like poison. Turn your attention to forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, simplicity, and truth. And we described this verse in detail yesterday. If somebody is confused or doesn't understand what the sage is saying in this one, we can refer to the recording of the transcript from yesterday. Ashtavakra says, you are not earth, water, fire or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. So this is one of those verses which just this verse is enough. You are not earth, water, fire or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. Abide in awareness with no illusion of person. You will be instantly free and at peace. Abide in awareness with no illusion of person. You will be instantly free and at peace. So this is where we got to yesterday. Then the sage says, you have no caste or duty. You are unattached, formless. You are the witness of all things. Be happy. You have no caste or duties. You are invisible, unattached, formless. You are the witness of all things. Be happy. So he says, you are invisible, unattached, and formless. Now, in this line itself, it becomes clear that the mind cannot fathom this. If I say to you, can you think about nothing? Just think nothing. Or have a visual of nothing, not even space. Can you do it? Think of something which has no form, not even black space, a white light, a white space, anything. No form whatsoever, no attribute. Nothing that you can truly say about it. And for this one, says it is you. It is you. So if you don't have a size, shape, color, birth, death, then you have no caste or duties. What does this mean, caste or duties? Why caste? Because when the scripture was written, it was a very important part of the identity, this caste. And it was very aligned with the duties. So if you were a Kshatriya, then you must fight. If you're a Brahman, then you must do the rituals. So identity was such an important aspect back then. And the sage saying that you have no form, you have no shape, you have no size, you are unattached, you are invisible. What does invisible mean? Invisible means that not visible through sight and not even conceptualized in our imagination. invisible both in this outer perceptual way as well as the inner perception. And this is also a very important clue, you see, because many times when it is said that you are not phenomenal, the mind tries to offer you something not phenomenal. Most common offering from mind is to paint a picture like some dark, empty space. That's why in the previous verse, the sage quickly said, "Nor are you empty space." So you have no tasks or duties. You are invisible, unattached, formless. You are the witness of all things. Be happy. And every verse is a pointing for our self-inquiry. Every verse is a pointing for our self-inquiry. Because if you were just to describe it in these ways and not say you are the witness of all things, then it might seem like, how do I find this that is formless? I have no clue. I have no direction. The direction is here. What witnesses all things? What witnesses sight? There is sight, which is perception. What is the witness of sight? What is the witness of sound? Taste, smell, touch, memory, imagination, emotion. All of these, if we call them appearances because they come and go, are you also an appearance? So in the Vedantic tradition, all that is changing is called an appearance. So every time we identify with something that is changing as ourself, then we are identifying with the limited notion of ourself. But what witnesses this limitation? So if consciousness is in that phase where it enjoys the play of the limited identity, then it continues to play as if it is limited. And as consciousness is getting out of this play of limitation and coming to this recognition of the unlimited self, that which is not perceivable this way, that which is not attached, has no form. And every verse is about you. All of this, as Guruji says, is about you, just not you personally. Right and wrong, pleasure and pain exist in mind only. They are not your concern. You neither do nor enjoy. You are free. Right and wrong, pleasure and pain exist in mind only. They are not your concern. You neither do nor enjoy. You are free. So, in the appearances of this world, based on our conditioning, based on our ideas that we have about ourselves, some appearances are interpreted as right. Some appearances are interpreted as wrong. And that is okay as far as the phenomenal world is concerned. But it does not apply to you. This duality does not apply to you. Pleasure and pain also is taken individually, and we'll expound on this a little more as we go along. So, right and wrong, pleasure and pain comes from the mind, means that it's taken individually, is judged or interpreted to be something which is happening to an entity called me. But there is no such entity called me. It is just the interpretation of the mind, it is the concept of the mind. As awareness, you are the witness of all things. You are not the doer in that way. Okay, let's explain this a little more because there is some potential to get confused with this. What are the options for who could be the doer or experiencer? So let's take the example of right now. Who is doing the hearing? Is Manju or Achala or Paul or Claire? Is there an entity sitting here who is doing the hearing? Now, the mental interpretation of what we are, the identity, that doesn't know how to do things, it doesn't know how to move a finger actually. This non existent entity, which presumes to have so much control over life and this body, doesn't know how to fire a neuron because it doesn't exist, you see. And soon this statement will start sounding so silly and ludicrous. It's like me saying, I'm coming up with a funny example. The, the most popular one, of course, is the cat one. If I say to you, imagine that you are a cat and give this cat some story about where it was born and where it is going. And then I say to you, this cat, ask it to get you a glass of water or ask it to hear this satsang and tell this cat to pay attention to what I'm saying. So, this idea of the individual entity is very much like this. It has no tangible reality. It is just an idea that we have reinforced with all our belief. So the non-existent one definitely is not the doer, nor is it the experience. Instead of you neither do nor enjoy, I would change that word a little bit from enjoy to experience, because the enjoy part can bring another idea to us. And this is a very important point about surrender. Most beings that I meet who say that we are surrendered to the Lord or we are surrendered to the Master have only surrendered their doership to some extent, but they have not surrendered their experiencership. That is why there is so much beauty in this simple statement, which I've repeated so often in satsang over the years. True surrender is to say, Tvam Karta, Tvam Bhokta, which means, Lord or Guru, you are the doer and you are the experiencer. It is the same holy presence, it is the same consciousness, which is the light of this movement of consciousness, and also the one that tastes this moment, tastes the phenomenal appearance. So you personally don't even exist. Therefore, you personally cannot be the doer nor the experiencer. That which appears in this dynamic aspect is being, is consciousness, which is the one doer and the one experiencer. It is not individual. Therefore, no experience can harm it, hurt it. This consciousness remains untouched. In fact, it is the light, the screen, the director, the producer, the actor, everything that is playing here. But Ashtavakra is pointing you even deeper than that. It is saying that you witness even this play of God, of consciousness. You are that which is so beyond this phenomenal realm, within which an aspect of you is dancing this dance, playing this play, and yet you remain untouched. You neither do nor enjoy. Who is this one? That which witnesses everything. Who witnesses everything? You do. You neither do nor enjoy. You are free. In fact, so much beyond even any concept of freedom you are. Now, this is the verse which everybody remembers from my last two times of sharing the Ashtavakra, and it is one of my favorites also. You are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. Again, who is talking about? You are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. There is one witness to this entire play. There is only one awareness. And yet, in the being that emerges out of this self, in the play of consciousness that emerges out of this self, it can seem like it plays as if there are multitudes, all aspects of consciousness. All different flavors are available here. The entire spectrum. If there is a sage, there is also the axe murderer. If there is sublime joy, there can be horrendous fear, all appearing within one consciousness. If there is one mind which has certain ways of operation, there are all different types of minds also that appear, all different qualities of thought, all different appearances of action. What witnesses all of this? The sage says, you are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. So what does it mean that your only bondage is not seeing this? If I am the solitary witness, how can I be bound? If I have no form, if I have no shape and size, how can I have bondage? So can we take this one down as a question to ask? The sage said so many beautiful things about us. You are the one solitary witness of all that is. You have no shape, no size, you are unattached, formless. You should just, you're happy, you're free. Then how come he says your only bondage is not seeing this? How can I miss this? What happens? Okay, if I speak more, then the answers are coming. Would you like to share? What is bondage? And who does it apply to? You take a few moments and contemplate this, maybe a minute or two. And then if there are some answers, I'm happy to hear. I'm going to be collecting all your notebooks, you know that. So what is bondage? And who does it apply to? Hmm? Radha is saying something, but little louder, my dear.
Yeah, it just looks like identifying with any movement is a phenomenal existence.
Yes. So there is a witness. There is a witness. And we saw there is a phenomenal movement. Now, what is this identify?
Is imagining that it's happening to you, like you as an entity,
Yes.
like a limited form.
Yes.
Body, mind.
So, what is
Anything
the?
can move through,
Yes.
but as soon as you attach, saying I want this or I don't want this kind of movement, any movement.
But how does the witness is just witnessing? So how does the witness say all this I want or I don't
This
want?
isn't saying
The witness is
this just buys into a thought basically that I don't want it to be this way or I want it anything, like any thought. Then it feels like it's a limited entity in this body. The body mind structure basically.
So you come closer, Radha. Let's go real slowly so everyone understands what we're saying. There is a witness. Now there is a time where there is only this witness. There is no appearance. Isn't it? You have the experience of that?
So when you say witness,
Like awareness,
okay.
where
Yes.
let's say the deep sleep state where there is no phenomena. The phenomenal being, the phenomenal presence, or the root of all phenomena, which is consciousness, is not present. So this witness is there. Now, when only the witness is there, then any sort of trouble, anything we can say about bondage or freedom. Then first, what has to happen?
It's like something arises out of
Yes.
the witness, which we call the presence of the being. Then it's out of and it feels here like it creates this entire phenomenal existence. And then and it's all there is, it's only it. But then when it feels like, and the only way it could do it is by into a thought or identify
Okay, now
with the
this part
mind.
slower. Now you say, with the emergence of this dynamic aspect that we call consciousness, then comes this waking state or dream state, a state where there is phenomenal movement. Now, all kinds of phenomena are there. Yesterday we saw all these phenomena. Then, what else is there? So, phenomenal appearances are there. One of the phenomenal appearances is thought. Then, what engages with that thought? In what way does consciousness play as if it is engaged with this thought?
And it believes the thought. I mean, the thought could just pass just like any other appearance.
Now, what is this belief?
When it imagines itself to be, I feel like belief is like when it say, I believe a thought,
Yes.
then I'm imagining myself to be something that I'm not.
Yes.
I'm already
Yes.
me,
Yes.
has presence. And then I imagine myself to be in this body as a separate somebody,
Yes.
which is not really true because everything is only me. And then I feel like everything else is an object. If I identify with the mind, it says this is a pillow or this is a body, and then I start playing as a separate entity.
So, does belief only engage with thought?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I pose the question.
There's no other way.
So, if there is an object, with the limitation of this object, which comes from that which we call the mind, there is no concept of belief or not belief. There is only the play of attention. The attention on an object can happen. And attention actually inherently by itself leads to no trouble. Therefore, we don't even need to forcefully control our attention in some way. See, attention can also be let free. So, now what did we see? There was just this witness, which is awareness, within which comes this being or consciousness, I am. See? And as long as I am, just I am, no trouble. All of this is still talk to you. So as long as you are just this I am, then no seeming trouble seems to come. Then she says that the phenomenal play starts with so many different objects. Now attention can go to all of these objects. One of these objects is called thought. Thought is what? Is like this inner mental voice whose only job seems to be to convince this I am that I am, that is I am something. See? Not this unlimited being, but I am something. See? So in that way, I would say this Atma poses as if it is a Jivatma. I am something. See, the minute it picks up the idea, I am something, it is posing as if it is a limited entity. So in this way, so we've seen the consciousness to play this game in this way, also given itself the power not just of attention with which all of this is tasted, all this phenomenal realm is tasted, but also given itself the power to believe what its own creation, this mind, is saying. And it is saying that you are something limited. So the, the play of buying into this limited idea of ourselves then is this bondage. Right? So your only bondage is not seeing this. So let's look at this. What do we do in satsang? The play of satsang is like this. We come in believing that I am something. And what does the master point you to? He says, can you stop being? This being is here. Now what trouble does this being have? What are the boundaries of this being? It is unlimited. Does this being have a relationship? Does this being have a job? So it doesn't have. And all this trouble, which belonged to the identity, I am something. seems to fall away. Then the master might say, what is that which is aware even of your own being? What is aware even of your own being? Say, I am. If you don't think about it too much, naturally you say, I am. If you start thinking about it, it can seem confusing. So naturally you say, it is I that experiences, that is aware of my own presence, my own being, in the light of which all this phenomenal play seems to happen. That is why coming to satsang, the self-inquiry is the seeing of this consciousness, playing as if it is I am something, then consciousness itself coming to the recognition of what it really is, the seeing of this. So that's why the sage said, you are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. Why? Because it is seen that as long as you come to this recognition, you play as if you are something. And something could be any of the attributes you've given to yourself. I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a husband, I'm a wife. All of these attributes make a limitation where actually none exists. And we have clues about this everywhere. When we watch a movie, when we read a book, if you cannot identify with any of the characters, you'll find it a very boring movie, a very boring movie, not engaging. Somebody will say, you ask, did you enjoy the movie or a book? They know, not really. Why? Characters were relatable. What does it mean to relate? Couldn't identify with them. So what does that mean? I couldn't believe that I would be or I could be in that situation. This ability to take a part of the appearance and say, this is me, this is the power of identifying, the power of identification. Right? Consciousness giving itself the ability to play as if it is the ego, as if it is a separate entity to the rest of the appearance. So that's why all of satsang, or most of satsang, is about this, the recognition of what you really are. Because your only bondage is not seeing this. I usually speak about another aspect of bondage because I like to feel that most of you who've been in satsang have seen this. Yeah, I keep prodding you with inquiries, various questions, various forms. So you have seen this. You are aware. You are aware. What is the form of this awareness? It is formless. What is the distance between you and this awareness? There is none. Is there somewhere where you are but awareness is not? No. So you are having these recognitions for yourself. You see? So you see this. But very quickly what can happen is that because our habit has been to identify with that limited entity, then even this seeing, you say I, which is something, I, Ananta, had the experience of myself as awareness. This is not true. It is consciousness which came to the recognition of its own source. And awareness always knows that it is aware anyway. There is no Ananta who came to the recognition. And the minute we start to claim it personally, that's why usually when somebody has a strong experience in satsang, I don't give it too much importance, especially when it smells like it is being claimed personally. That individual claiming, this individual proclaiming that I have seen it, you see, can become the foundation for a spiritual ego, foundation for arrogance or specialness. It is not you personally. That one still was never born. That comes to the recognition. It is only consciousness playing this game of deluding itself and coming out of this delusion. So as you see this, that this discovery is not personal. It is not an individual entity that is recognizing this witness, this awareness. Then there is no ground for any sort of spiritual ego. Guruji also says it best. If I remember correctly, it is Guruji, I'm not sure. If you feel you don't get it, haven't got it, come to Satsang. If you feel you got it, come to Satsang. So it is either way is to come to Satsang. Because in Satsang, the ego is down one way or the other. No matter what the color, tone of the ego might be. It's good to come to Satsang. Okay. Let's do more than 4 verses today. The thought and the doer is the bite of a poisonous snake. To know I do nothing is the wisdom of faith. Be happy. The thought, okay, I'll get to the chat in a minute. The thought and the doer is the bite of a poisonous snake. To know I do nothing is the wisdom of faith. Now we talked about this, the 3 levels of where worship. Personally, I am doing and I'm suffering. That is completely made up, belongs to the identity which actually doesn't exist. Again, taking a set of sensations and saying that these are individual, these are me. That's why when we look, when you come with suffering and we look and say, who is the sufferer? You don't find a sufferer. Right now, if you move your hand, you'll find that there is no individual entity actually which is moving it. It is just moving with the force of the light of consciousness, with the power of consciousness. So this idea I'm the doer is one of the strongest legs of the ego. I've spoken about this before where I've said that this ego is a 3D ego. 3D ego. 3D ego means what? First D is doership. Okay, let's start in order then it'll be clear. First D is duality. So there is a me and there is other. There's the rest of the world. So this duality is the source of separation. Now, because we feel our consciousness believes itself to be something separate, that duality is real, it happened, then it can say, this I desire, the second D of desire. Because I'm just this, whatever that conception might be. The most popular being this body-mind organism. I'm this body-mind organism, therefore, this is not me, but I want it. I desire it. See? So without separation, can there be desire? If already everything is you, what could you desire? No concept of desire. Like I was sharing the other day, Paramahansa Yogananda, saying, wherever I go, I feel like everything belongs to me. So it can sound like a very strange statement, but if you look at it really, the depths of it, you're saying that actually all of it is just one. There is one appearance. So this desire doesn't exist in that way. Then If I desire a coconut, then what should I do? The third D, doership. I should climb a coconut tree and get it. So then, because of this duality, desire, doership, then these become the three Ds of the ego. I do. And this, I've taken a simple example, but because of this doership, you'll see that all of our grievances are because of doership. Many times we have this Advaita Satsang syndrome where we feel like, oh, we are no longer the doer. But this other one doesn't come to Satsang. He is still the doer, or she is still the doer. Very convenient Advaita where we absolve ourselves of all responsibility, but those around us are still individual doers. We have these strange ideas. So if the concept of doership is dropped, then not just guilt, pride, and these things, but also grievances. Who is doing what to who? What injustice has been done upon me by another, if there is no other, and no me? So, so when Ashtavakra said forgiveness, kindness, automatically as you're seeing yourself to be what you are, in all this dropping of grievances, dropping of ideas of doership, more and more as we are coming to the recognition of what we are, in these three Ds of doership, desire, duality, they start to dissolve. The thought I am the doer is the bite of a poison in the fire of an instant. Be happy. Let's close with this one today, and this is very, very, very important. Understanding, I am the one awareness, consumes all suffering in the fire of an instant. Right now, in this moment, everything from the past is gone. And you are aware of your existence. And unless you pick up an idea, you will not find suffering. We seem to be getting disconnected over and over. This is a good example, you see, because now what we are talking about is still the same. In this moment, you are aware. You exist. Now, unless you believe a thought about yourself, unless you give assent to your limitation, can you show me suffering? Can you show me any doership? Is that which exists, that which is aware of existence, does that have a desire? Is it lacking in something? Unless you buy an interpretation from the mind, in this instant it is done. And in every instant it is done. It simply only means that you are always that. Do you see now that the effort, if there is effort, is in the pretense of bondage? How many see, after all the explanation of today, how many see that if there is effort, it is effort not to find freedom, because freedom, we just check this instant, I am free. The other day we did like this with Manju also, and she saw, in that moment she saw, "Oh, I am the self, I am unlimited." So in this instant, if effortlessly you start off as free, or if you start off as just the self with no idea I am something, then what must effort be? The effort must be to pose as if you are something limited. The pretense of ego, this, and it is this mind itself which has convinced you that you must walk these 500 steps to come to freedom, because that is the play of individuality alone. If you are free now, in this moment, then where do you have to go? So what is effortless? That's why I say, because even this can be misused. That's why I say that even if it does feel like effort, to find your effortlessness. So this might seem like effort to you right now. You just check what is in this moment. Somebody can say, but I'm making this effort. This can be made. Is it? To come to the discovery of your effortlessness. If it feels like a little bit of effort is needed, otherwise you might say, oh, I'm always free. I just don't need to come to satsang because freedom should be effortless and satsang is coming to satsang is effort. I've heard these things. I don't want to do the inquiry because inquiry is effort. What is inquiry? Just the checking of what is, just the recognition of what is. But the mind can make that seem like effort, and to be deluded in as if you are personal, as if you're the ego, can seem to be effortless because of habit. But actually, what are you finding? You're finding that in this instant, I'm completely untouched by any of this phenomenal play, unless I pick up a concept, I pick up a judgment or an inference. Nothing happens to me. Even if there is pain in the body, the pain is tasted, but you find no individual sufferer of the pain. Even to say that there is an individual entity in pain needs a concept. Consciousness, you, your being, is full of space. Okay, don't get confused with that statement. It's so spacious that everything is allowed within it, and it will never run out of the space of experiencing. It is only when you define yourself, consciousness defines itself to be something small, that it can claim that it is overwhelmed by something. How can everything get overwhelmed by something? Can the ocean get overwhelmed by a wave, no matter how big the tidal wave is? Can the ocean be overwhelmed? So in this moment, it is so natural and obvious that you are existing. Are you existing effortlessly or with effort? To exist, what is the effort you are making?